From Alexandra Yankulescu turning to OnlyFans to fund her Olympic dream, to Pierre Lecoq fixing people's smiles when he's not riding the waves, here are athletes who need to work other jobs. If you think competing in the Olympics, or any major sporting event for that matter, was the equivalent of hitting the jackpot, then think again. 'Cause while what these guys do is impressive as hell, it may come as a shock to you that their sporting careers aren't their only source of income. Yes, for many of these athletes, having a side gig has helped them stay afloat. Day jobs are common for such people, and it's no surprise that they look for other ways to make bank now. Olympic speed skater Alexandra Yankulescu is one of them, and in order to help fund her dream of competing at the 2024 Summer Games in Paris as a cyclist, the Romanian-Canadian athlete has turned to a rather unconventional way of financing herself. She joined OnlyFans in 2021, around the same time she retired from speed skating. The 31-year-old athlete might have hung up her skates for good, but that doesn't mean she's given up on sports. In a surprising turn of events, Alexandra now wants to pursue her dream of representing Canada as a cyclist. But since the Canadian team's still at an amateur level, it's a little hard to acquire proper funding to train for the Olympics. Taking matters into her own hands, Alexandra turned to OnlyFans, which is a subscription-based social media platform where people like Alexandra can sell original content. The former skater told Daily Star that ever since she joined the platform, all the money she's made from selling bikini photos and other content has covered her cycling costs and other expenses too. Not only that, but she's also been able to afford things like rent, groceries, and even her coffee bills with ease now. And because of how lucrative OnlyFans became for her, she's even put her personal training business on the back burner for now. At the start, Alexandra only gave herself a month to test the waters and see where the platform took her. She said that someone had suggested she make an OnlyFans account and create behind-the-scenes content for what she does. And since she already posted bikini photos of herself on the internet before, she could also charge for that now. Clearly taken away by how easy it all sounded, the Olympian tried her luck at selling content she'd otherwise post for free on her Instagram, and in no time at all, she received insane traffic online. Soon, she completely shifted her focus to OnlyFans exclusively and started saving up to build her cycling career, which she's very excited about. As an athlete trying to balance between their dream career and one that demands a lot of time and effort, Alexandra's found the perfect way to balance it all. But then again, so has Lanny Marchant, who's not only a marathoner by day, but when she's not breaking course records, she's kicking butt as a criminal defense lawyer. While talking about her two very demanding jobs, the Canadian long-distance runner opened up about how her law firm's always been super supportive of her running career. I mean, it's not like she needs to do her second job, but running marathons isn't exactly as lucrative as one thinks. According to ZipRecruiter.com, a career in running gets you a ballpark figure of around $28,000 per year, and that too, only if you're an experienced runner. Otherwise, most of your purse gets filled through sponsorships, prizes, or other blogging opportunities, and even that isn't enough to sustain a life these days. So it's understandable why Lonnie still has not one, but 2 law degrees to fall back on. After all, as of 2023, the average salary of a lawyer in the US is approximately $130,000, and I don't know about you, but that's an enough reason to keep fighting crime even if you're competitively running. Now, being an athlete is tough, there's no doubt about that, and when you're an Olympian, it gets even trickier. Let's take the USA for example. As one of the few countries that actually spend a lot of money on their athletes and their training facilities, the US has done a lot for its popular athletes. It pays its medalists $37,500 for gold, $22,500 for silver, and $15,000 for bronze, aside from the stipends and prize money. But you've got to know, even with all the other additional sums of money athletes get, it's not enough to sustain their sporting careers. Because of this, apart from being a natural skier, Bradley Wilson had to sell his own paintings to help support himself. The 3-time Olympian is one of the fiercest mogul skiers out there. And considering he's the younger brother of Olympic bronze medalist Brian Wilson, it doesn't surprise me that Bradley's got the same set of skills too. But despite absolutely crushing it on the mogul courses like every sport, skiing too has an off-season. And Brad had to look for other ways to make money to get by. Once during summer in Park City, he began to play around with painting. And just like his skiing career, it progressed into something lucrative and took off. What's now become a successful side gig, Wilson has been selling his artwork for a couple of years, and it has been a huge help to pay for his expenses during his ski career. Bradley's original paintings cost between $99 and 95 cents, all the way up to $649.95. So if you're ever in the mood to spruce up that lone white wall at home, you know whose work you need to add to your collection. It's honestly amazing how these professionals weather all the storms of intense training and are still able to take out time for an even more demanding gig at the end of the day. I mean, Ana Rente's a doctor, for crying out loud, and somehow she's still got the time to be a professional trampoline gymnast. Not only did she compete in the Beijing Olympics in 2008, but she also came back for the London Olympics in 2012 and the Rio Olympics in 2016. As a gymnast, Ana understood the complex movements the human body can make, but at the same time, she also knew how the wrong twist or the wrong turn could, unfortunately, land a person in excruciating pain. On top of being a kick-ass sportswoman, Ana also goes by the name of Dr. Rente when she's not balancing on a beam, and practices as a family doctor too. Even though her side gig as a physician was because of her passion to help people understand the functionality of their bodies, considering the pay scale of family medicine doctors these days, I guess Ana might have taken up gymnastics to support herself instead. Jokes aside, while attending trampoline events, Ana started medicine in parallel with her sports career, which goes on to show just how determined she's been through both of her careers. It's not unusual for athletes to work in healthcare, though. I mean, just take a look at Tara Peterson, for instance. The Team USA curler might have made her Olympic debut at the age of 30, but she's been fixing smiles from way before. Tara got herself a degree in dentistry in 2018, and according to her Team USA bio, when she's not gliding stones on ice, she practices in her home state, Minnesota. Like Ana, dentistry was also something Tara loved. Since both her parents worked in healthcare, she always grew up looking up to them. Even when she wanted to pursue curling as a sport, she didn't leave dentistry behind because it was something she truly loved and felt like she needed to hold on to because of the job security it provided. Tara is not the only dentist around town here, though. French windsurfer Pierre Lecoq's dedication to dentistry has been a huge help in funding his sporting dreams, too. Meet the dentist with an Olympic medal. As a competitive sailor, Pierre has always loved the sea and everything about it, so pursuing a career that involved water seemed like a no-brainer for him. But like most sports, it's not easy to make a living just by sailing. He competed at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio and got himself a bronze, and with 2 world titles to his name already, he was unstoppable on water. Growing up, Pierre was crowned junior world champion in windsurfing at only 17. But instead of taking it up a step further to the senior stage, he realized he needed a cushion to fall back on in case things went south. He put a pause on his sporting ambitions in order to pursue his dentistry training. They say a smile is worth $1 million, and for Pierre, fixing them was worth just as much. Well, not exactly, but you get the point. Luckily, thanks to his dedication and attention to detail, he was not only able to become the coolest doctor ever, but also reach the top of his sport. And so, from Pierre Lecoq literally helping people smile when he's not riding the waves, to Alexandra Ianculescu using OnlyFans to fund her Olympic dream, these were athletes who need to work other jobs.